Hello, beautiful people, and thank you once again for joining me on the other side. In our true fashion today, we are going to be discussing something vital to our lives, really, especially in this day and age. Before I go on, I am Annabelle Kemi, the host of The Other Side, and you are on The Other Side, just in case this is your first time with us. Today's episode is titled Internet Addiction Disorder. That's actually a disorder. It is called IAD, the silent killer of the mind. I came into the year 2024 to recalibrate, reboot, and reorganize my life for ease of transition into a new season of life and career. Remember, I once mentioned to you that I left my 9 to 5 just to follow my purpose and lead the authentic life I've always wanted to live. And so here I am in 2024. One area of my life that has always worried me prior to now was my attachment to my phone. And I know I'm not alone on this. Whenever I saw my screen time, my heart would skip a few beats. I often had to stop myself from scrolling endlessly, particularly through TikTok and Instagram. That worried me throughout 2023. And because I was transitioning, I came to the realization that something needed to change. So rather than watch helplessly as social media turned me into an internet addict, I chose to embark on a 1-month detox, something I call internet detox or digital detox. I turned off all my social media apps and only used my phone for traditional purposes, calls and SMSs. I actually got this inspiration from Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO podcast, which is my new favorite podcast, by the way. And that decision retuned my life. I realized that I had a clearer and more focused mind throughout the 1 month of digital detox. I didn't miss social media one bit. And although a lot of people were worried for me and they were wondering where I was and what was happening with me, I kind of was living a very peaceful life and I totally enjoyed it for that 1 month. Now I am more conscious of how much time I spend on my phone doing aimless stuff, and I can stop myself when I begin to scroll endlessly. I understand that the internet has become an integral part of our daily lives, and that's okay. It often offers a myriad of opportunities for communication, entertainment, and information. However, with the increasing prevalence of internet use, there has emerged a concerning phenomenon known as Internet Addiction Disorder, IAD. This made me dig deep into the disorder, and of course, I had to share my findings with you. Now, what is Internet Addiction Disorder? It is also referred to as problematic internet use or pathological internet use, and it is characterized by excessive and compulsive internet usage. This leads to negative consequences in various aspects of an individual's life. It manifests as an inability to control online activities, preoccupation with the internet, and continued use despite adverse consequences. As technology continues to advance, internet usage has skyrocketed, and this is globally. According to a 2022 report by the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, more than half of the world's population is now connected to the internet. With such widespread connectivity, concerns about the addictive nature of the internet have grown. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, DSM-5, published by the American Psychiatric Association, does not currently recognize internet addiction disorder as an official diagnosis. However, the World Health Organization includes gaming disorder in the International Classification of Diseases. And gaming disorder is also one of the internet addiction disorders. It acknowledges the addictive potential of certain online activities. And having clarified what internet addiction disease is, what then are the effects on our mental health and well-being? Well, here are a few effects that stand out. For one, isolation and social withdrawal. Excessive internet use could lead to social withdrawal and isolation. Individuals with IAD may prioritize online interactions over face to face relationships, and this results in strained personal connections. Also, you have disruptions in your sleep pattern. Numerous studies have indicated a correlation between excessive internet use and sleep disturbances. The blue light emitted by screens can interfere with the production of melatonin, a hormone responsible for regulating sleep, and it leads to insomnia and disrupted sleep patterns. This affected me for a very long time. I would stay on my phone in bed up until 4 a.m., 5 a.m. sometimes, and I would hardly get any rest or sleep. And that really dealt with me, even physically. Also, another effect of internet addiction disorder is depression and anxiety. There has been a rise in the number of depression cases and anxiety we see, particularly in this part of the world, Africa and Nigeria in particular. This wasn't news several years back, but now a lot of people are dealing with this disorder. Internet addiction disorder has been associated with increased risk of depression and anxiety. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of Addiction Medicine in 2020 found a significant correlation between problematic internet use and symptoms of depression. Internet addiction disorder causes impaired academic and occupational performance. If you don't sleep well at night, you can't perform well in school or at work. Excessive internet use could impair your academic and occupational performance generally. A study published in the Journal of Abnormal Child Psychology in 2019 found that problematic internet use was linked to low academic achievements and reduced engagement in extracurricular activities, especially among adolescents who, if you must know, have the highest cases of internet addiction disorder. And also, internet addiction disorder leads to escapism and emotional regulation. When I was a child, there wasn't the internet per se, so I escaped into my books, novels and stuff. But these days, a lot of young adults and adolescents and even adults escape into the internet. Some individuals turn to the internet as a means of escaping real life stressors or regulating their emotions. Rather than deal with the issues they are faced with, they will just focus on what they see on the internet, the skits that are very common these days, and a lot of unnecessary chatter. This coping mechanism, while providing temporary relief, could contribute to the development of internet addiction disorder, and it exacerbates underlying mental health issues. And lastly, internet addiction disorder affects your physical health. Prolonged screen time is associated with physical health issues, including sedentary behavior, eye strain, musculoskeletal problems, and so many other things. These physical health concerns, when combined with the psychological impact of IAD, contribute to an overall decline in your total well-being. So, how do we prevent and treat internet addiction disorder? Addressing this disorder requires a multifaceted approach that combines awareness, prevention, and treatment strategies. So, I took the liberty to put together a few to help you on your journey to overcome internet addiction disorder. The first is education and awareness, just like I am doing now. Public awareness campaigns and educational programs are essential for fostering an understanding of the risks associated with excessive internet use. By informing individuals about the potential consequences of internet addiction disorder, we could all work towards prevention of this disorder. Also, parental guidance is important. Parents play a crucial role in mitigating the risk of this disorder amongst children and adolescents. Setting appropriate limits on screen time, promoting offline activities, and encouraging open communication could help create a healthy balance between online and offline life for your children. Also, it is important that we consider cognitive behavioral therapy to deal with internet addiction disorder. By addressing maladaptive thought patterns and behaviors, we could all develop healthier coping mechanisms and reduce reliance on the internet for emotional regulation. And how could you do this? Speak to your therapist. And support groups play a crucial role when you realize that you are dealing with internet addiction disorder. Join support groups in your church, amongst friends, things that will take your time and your mind off the internet for a while. Seek professional counseling within a supportive environment. Share your experiences and learn from others. This could be instrumental to a recovery process for you. Lastly, like I have always emphasized on this podcast, mindfulness and self-regulation techniques are important, and this also play a major role in dealing with internet addiction disorder. Incorporating mindfulness practices and self-regulation techniques into your daily life could help manage stress and anxiety without resorting to excessive internet use. Mindfulness-based interventions have demonstrated effectiveness in reducing addictive behaviors generally, and it could also help with internet addictive disorder. And so the whole essence of this podcast today is to emphasize that the internet offers countless benefits. However, it is essential to recognize and address the potential risks associated with excessive use of the internet. IAD, or internet addiction disorder, is a complex phenomenon with far-reaching consequences for mental health and well-being. By raising awareness, implementing preventive measures, and providing effective treatment options, individuals and communities could work together to foster a healthier relationship with the digital world. Striking a balance between online and offline activities is crucial for maintaining your mental health and ensuring a fulfilled, well-rounded life in this digital age. So, maybe you could take a cue from me. Take a break from the internet for once. Take a break from your phones. Take a break from that computer and those computer games just for once. Start with a few weeks. I did it for a month. But if it's too hard for you, you could go with a week. And I'm sure it will help regulate your mind and bring you back to reality. Because on the other side, we emphasize the need to strike a balance in your lifestyle. I wish you love and light as you begin to embark on the journey to having a more calm and serene life, like getting rid of excessive addiction to the internet. Thanks for joining me once again. Please like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. It will help us to improve the quality of what we do. Thank you for listening to me. I expect to have your reactions, your suggestions, your feedbacks in the comment section or in my email. I'm always open to you. I am Annabelle Kemi. This is The Other Side, where Maverick Minds meet. I love you. Let's do this again next week. Bye for now.